Action.
Hi, I'm Christopher Skutski, and I'm going to talk about the art of making red beans. You're probably wondering why I chose this, but in the last 5 years I had to become more conscious about what I eat because I got really sick while I was trying to obtain the chemistry degree and found out that I had a tumor that they thought was cancerous a millimeter away from my jugular vein. And also I tested positive for a genetic mutation for hemiplegic migraines, which my son is actually being tested for right now with Hershey. So I had to change my entire eating habits and alter everything. So even something as simple as like magnesium deficiency in my diet could mean that I have like stroke-like symptoms and have to be hospitalized. So the first thing that we do is sterilization. So there's different sizes of jars. I typically use the bigger ones because I can eat a jar myself. And then there's smaller ones. So the recipe that I'm going to utilize is for a half bushel, and I use the larger jars for that, but I just brought this one in because I didn't have any empty larger jars. So, the first thing you do with the jars is you have to remove the lids. They contain wax along the seal, and I place these in a boiling pan or pot of hot water, and it's to sterilize them. And then the regular jars, you utilize a tool like this to lower them in a pot of hot water, and you boil them for 10 minutes each. And then the next step is to use a culinary brush, and that is to, with the beets, typically they're not this clean. I actually had to buy these at Walmart. I make everything that's organic, and I purchase it from a local farm that uses non-GMO seeds and all organic products. And I also use reverse osmosis water with everything. We have a filtration system put in our house also. So you have to scrub off. There's typically like soil and debris, and if they use like any type of manure, you want to make sure that's off. So you scrub off with a culinary brush just to make sure that they're clean. And then for boiling the beets, so typically you would cut off, normally when I get them at the farmer's market, they, this entire system isn't on here, so they would be clipped right here. So you would boil this portion of the beet, and you fill a large pot of water, 3/4 of the way full, and then fill the beets into the water and boil them for about 45 minutes, or at least until you can stick a fork into them. And then beet preparation. So then when you pull the beets out, you want to pull this off there. When you pull the beets out of the hot water, you can put them on the side. Some people put them in like a cool bowl of water to sit because they're really hot to handle when you're peeling them. And then you remove the stem and the base of the root, and then you peel off all of the peelings, and then you slice them and you put them in jars individually. Some people buy the smaller beets. They're supposed to be sweeter. I like the larger ones, and I slice them up in like thin slices and then put them in there, and some people also cube them as well. Then the juice that is left over is called the brine, or the brine people call it, and you have to filter that because it will contain like some of the stuff that was boiled off in here. And then you take the brine and you add 8 cups of vinegar, and again I use organic vinegar, typically 2 spoons of whole clove, which is right here, and 2 spoons of allspice, which is these little dots of spices, and then 2 sticks of cinnamon, and then 4.5 cups of sugar, and then 3 tablespoons of salt, or teaspoons of salt, and then you mix that in thoroughly. And then you add the mixture to the jar, which is to the base of the neck. So typically, like right to here, we would fill it up. then with use a different stock pot like this, different from the one that you boiled the ones in originally, and you have to seal the jar lids on top. So in order to do that, you have to use this tool again, and after you've filled all your jars, this pot actually fits like 7 jars, and you enter them into the pot, which is boiling water at the time, and then you sit a lid on the top of it, and you boil for about 30 minutes. And then when they're completed, you remove them from the pot, and you place on a dry towel, and then you wait to hear a popping sound, which takes about approximately 10 minutes. If they don't pop, it means that it's not sealed properly, and you probably should discard them because they'll mold. And then one suggestion is that one mistake that I made the first time that I made them is that I obtained recipes from other people, and I made 2 bushels, and I didn't like the way that the recipe tasted, so I basically had like 40-some jars of red beans that I did not like, so I had to throw them out, and it's kind of expensive to buy the jars, so for a case of jars it's like $10, and then when you're buying all your spices and the red beans itself, it kind of could be an expensive mistake. And then another suggestion is to wear gloves, because your hands get stained red for a long period of time, so underneath your nails. And that is how you make red beans.